Hello everybody, welcome back. This is EonShiKeno, and we're on to game number 2 between Slayer's Alicia. He's our red Terran player down here in the bottom left part of the map. Last game was kind of forced to go into the 4 gate off 1 gas build, focusing on Zealots and Stalkers. And his opponent last game, and the winner of last game, ToD, previously known as 4K ToD, Warcraft 3 player, went for that double gas and then transitioned into a gas steal. Or not transition, but went for the double gas himself and then stole his opponent's gas. And just with some really nice blink micro, he was far more efficient than his opponent. If you looked at the unit loss tab last game, excuse me, ToD lost I think like 15 less units, and his total army spending was less than his opponent's. So just really nice control there by ToD. I think the critical point at the very beginning of that attack, when he was fighting it off, the very first wave, was that he actually pulled probes off his mineral line to fight that off, and that kind of just gave him a couple seconds to get a couple warp ins and even it out. And ToD looking for any type of procs. He's not going to see anything, and he's heading off down to his opponent's base. Slayer's Alicia down here getting his first gas up. And is that no gas? Okay, there we go. There we go. The first gas for ToD. I was wondering if he was going to proxy a gateway or something strange, but he's not going to do anything like that. So ToD going to come up into the base and have a little look around. Might go for a gas steal again. We will see. He's just going to attack the pylon. Not going to go for a gas steal yet. Cybernetics going to go down for Alicia. And I don't know what he was checking for. He may have came over here to check for pylons or something like that. Maybe cannons down at the bottom of his base. And he is not scouted yet, so Alicia favoring getting all those little extra minerals, and ToD doing that little annoying mineral trick there, trying to deny mining to this one little... And there we have the gas steal once again from ToD. So ToD liking that gas steal, and I guess Alicia not too worried about it. Had plenty of time to get his own gas, but is not down for the gas steal, and ToD once again using that mineral trick. First Zealot is out, and that's going to force ToD to have to run around. Chrono boosting on that Cybernetics core, and ToD actually saw that. What do we have back here in ToD's base? Chrono boost going down also. Second gas going up, and we might see an actual repeat that we saw last game. We saw ToD go for that, and look at this right here. ToD putting a forward pylon, may throw down his 2 extra gateways here, or he just may be using that as a forward pylon. Hasn't thrown down his gateways yet. We will see here in a second. But that Zealot is up here at the front, not even bothering to kill this assimilator. And there's this assimilator in vision again. Once again, assimilator is in vision of at least 1 gateway. And 3 more. So yeah, Alicia doing the exact same thing. He's going to send a probe around here at the top of the map. Where are you headed to, buddy? Looks like he's going to come up here and try to throw down a proxy. And once again, we have ToD throwing down these gateways at the front of his base just to deny as much area as he can from those Zealots just running up his ramp. And Zealots running across the map now. ToD with 1 stalker out there just trying to get a lay of the land, look for any proxy pylons. He's not going to find one. One's hanging out over here behind the brush, behind that tall grass. So Alicia's getting geared up for another attack. Continuing to chrono boost at that warp gate. And ToD is already getting ready, already throwing down that pylon. And Alicia going to come up here and place his own proxy pylon. Needs to watch out, keeps that sentry alive. That thing is going to be super valuable. Coming up here, throwing down 2 pylons. Just to make sure if one dies, he's still going to be able to warp in units. Throwing down a force field. That's going to allow him to pick off the Zealot and do a lot of damage to that Stalker. And that's that sentry just tickling away. Tickle him to death. And there we have 2 kills, 2 quick kills there for ToD without taking any losses. But he needs to get vision up here for a warp, and he's probably going to warp in. What's he warping in? A bunch of Zealots now. We just saw this last game. He's going to have to keep that sentry alive. Micro in that back. Nice micro back there from ToD. He's just basically backing up here, letting these Zealots give a little bit of damage. Up here at the top, we have some nice micro from ToD, trying to keep those probes alive, but we have 2 Zealots here on hold command. He's got a couple kills, 3 kills already from here. Looks like he's got no kills on this guy yet, but he's probably going to get some more. Up here at the front again, once again, Alicia going for another big warp in, but another sentry being warped in here for ToD. He's going to throw down a force field. Nice. And we have 3 Stalkers versus the majority of ToD here. You can get a nice concave around this whole back area. And Alicia just does not have a good concave in this situation. And ToD with a huge lead already. Look at the 6 Stalkers versus 2 of Alicia. And Alicia is in such a bad situation right now. He's going to lose 2 pylons, not only 2 pylons, but lost all of those Zealots. He made it in his base. Let's check the harvest count. 19 versus 19. ToD did lose a couple probes there, but he's quickly replacing them, chrono boosting them out, getting back in the game. And now supply is excuse me, still pretty close, 31 versus 35, but ToD easily can get his blink first because he does have that second gas. This is the part where Alicia kind of loses the momentum that if he even had any, is he cannot get blink as fast as his opponent. He's going to go for a, looks like he's going to go for a robotics robotics facility. Quickly going to throw in that second gas, but that is the strength of this build. If you let your opponent, let's say you steal their gas and they want to do a 4-gate. If they stick around, kill your assimilator, their 4-gate is going to be extremely slow, and but they do get their second gas faster. So that's maybe the safer position, is just to go for that. You can still 4-gate, but 4-gate a little bit later, and just allow yourself to get a second gas, maybe not overcommit or anything. But Alicia tried to go for it again once again, but it didn't really work out. There's still this proxy pylon up here at the top of the map. Let's see if ToD is going to go scouting around for it. Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's going to send 2 stalkers over to the right to keep an eye on this Zelnaga tower. More reinforcements coming along the way. Blink about halfway finished. And Chrono boosting out some blink still. This stalker going to come in from behind. And looks like Alicia's going to try and flank here. He's got 3 versus 3 with 1 sentry backing up. Looks like he's going to pick off that 1 stalker and get it. Yep, from behind. Nice flank there from Alicia. 1 stalker flank. Huge deal. And this probe going to sneak up here. Looks like ToD is going to go on the aggressive here. Going to throw down a proxy pylon. Sneaking through the right side here. And it's going to be all defense this time for Alicia. Has got plenty of zealots. He needs to get that immortal out there. There it is. He's chrono boosting that immortal out. And back here in ToD's base, he's walled himself in, so he's going to have to wait for Blink to finish for these stalkers to get out of his own base. Kind of hilarious. Re-walling off of the pylon there. And zealots are trying to get in, but no, they cannot because he's walled off. Nice job there from ToD. But I don't really know if ToD should actually push up this ramp. He's going to go for it anyway. Stalker Hell going to get that stalker? No. Going to lose that. Really not too convincing there with that blink. He's going to get that zealot? No. Nice control there from Alicia. And this zealot's going to try and sneak in here, but ToD with a zealot. And now fearing maybe some DTs, he's going to throw up a forge there, being pretty safe. And now ToD with the Guardian Shield, going to, like that, lower some damage from that Immortal and Stalker. But I think at this point, ToD can basically just sit out here, defend this expansion, force field any units that come down the ramp, keep Blink alive. And Alicia trying to break through the top here, but I don't think he's going to get in here. He does have 1 zealot, but it looks like Alicia's going to try and break in here. This is his plan, break in here, but we have a force field going to come up here from ToD. He's probably going to throw it right on top of that. There he is, nice shot, but oh no, pushes Zealot up to the top. It's going to allow him to still attack the pylon. Unfortunately, that didn't go the way he planned, but down here back in the base, we still have both players kind of sitting there in no man's land, kind of a Mexican standoff, and he's going to lose the pylon, loses it. Now 3 zealots are in the base. Blink is finished though, so he should be able to clean this up pretty easily with these 2 stalkers and that sentry, but at the same time, he's coming up through the middle of the ramp. The force field, nice force field there from Alicia. Alicia's paying attention. He needs to watch out. He can blink right up there on top of him. Nice control there from both players. ToD preparing for almost everything back here at his base. We'll probably see him throw down another pylon and maybe throw down a cannon to easily hold this off. Now, ToD sensing the proxy is going to come up here and start working on these zealots. What do we have coming down here at the bottom ramp? Observer. So Alicia does have vision of this, a little bit more vision. The zealot here for ToD going to hold the middle of this little choke point here. And going to clean up the rest of these zealots. And ToD just being super cost effective against these zealots. Alicia kind of just throwing them all away, trying to get back in this game. And look at this sneaky expansion over here from ToD. Doesn't want to put it here because that can easily be scouted. And it looks like we're going to have Alicia try and run down the ramp. Sentries have more than enough energy for force field, so he really has to watch out there. Blink is just about finished here for Alicia. We may see Alicia go for an attack here as soon as Blink finishes. Stalker's cleaning up this pylon at the top of the base. No more proxy shenanigans. And Alicia's got 2 immortals out. Unfortunately, he doesn't have hallucination, or sorry, he doesn't have like Colossus out, so he really has to worry about those force fields. And he does have blink. It's going to be finished pretty soon, but look at the number of stalkers he has versus the number of stalkers of ToD. More stalkers being warped in, of course, blinking back quickly, but I don't know if ToD can hold this. It looks like he's going to be forced to force field and just kind of get out of dodge. He does have that expansion, so he shouldn't have too many more units than his opponent. 10 versus 14, so he does have a stalker advantage, but behind in zealots and in immortals, but the same amount of sentries for both players. And we're just kind of sitting here, both players just kind of looking at each other, giving each other dirty grins. Gonna see who flinches first. But luckily for ToD, that expansion is up over here on the right, so he just needs to buy time. He doesn't need to win anytime soon. ToD has a big advantage right now. Any type of straight-up attack from ToD right now would be a big mistake, so we're just going to see him play defensive. If Alicia pushes down this ramp and ToD misses a force field, we'll probably see ToD maybe try and snipe an immortal and just try and get away. Really no point in going all out with this fight unless he already has his expansion up and going. Proxy pylon down here at the bottom of the ramp for scouting. Zealot trying to sneak out, being warped down here from this position. And that's a good diversion. He's going to go down force field, missing, blinking down. Most of his army gets down though. And the concave looks like it's favoring, actually pretty even for both players, mostly ToD. The Guardian Shield going to go up. And right here, this is where we're going to see ToD fall back. and he's going to lose a sentry, but nothing too serious. He does have that expansion up first with more than enough time. Look at all this mining going on. That's mining that his opponent is not going to have. Let's check the resources tab. Look at the actually, that's aren't the resources. I want to look at the income tab. 111 versus 800. So big lead here for ToD and Akami. He just basically needs to go on the defense, keep the game going, and this is just going to come down to whether or not Alicia can scout out this expansion. He does not see if he's throwing up his own expansion. So this is going to switch back and forth between Alicia now setting up a contain for ToD. He's going to be kind of surprised that there is an expansion up here that may cause him to go do some scouting. But ToD, once again, with more these scout pylons all over the map. He loves those things. Just like those scout farms from Warcraft 3, he's got an observer up here. He's going to allow him to poke up here and kill these warp gates off. And force field's going to go down, but it doesn't really matter. ToD's going to easily blink back. He's going to have to sacrifice this warp gate. He's probably going to have to rebuild another one. Looks like he already has one going. Wow, look at this. Such clairvoyance there from ToD, but looks like he's going to lose his pylon. You know, he needs to push on your force field's going to get him. He's going to be able to blink out of there, blinking back. And Alicia trying to deal as much damage as possible with this observer, getting the high ground vision. These immortals dealing some serious damage. So Alicia's still not aware of the expansion. He's going to come up here and try and pick off yet another warp gate, and ToD is kind of losing all of his production. Luckily, he's rebuilding his warp gates as we're going through this here, but losing another gateway, that's going to be a problem the longer this goes on. Are we going to see Alicia actually try to break up this ramp? I think that would be a pretty big mistake. He's doing quite a bit of damage just sitting here, and what is this? We have Zealots down here at the bottom trying to deal some damage. 3 Zealots, but it looks like they're just going to kind of run away there. ToD going to work on killing yet another warp gate. I think that's like his 5th warp gate this game. And is he actually going to kill this Twilight Council? Just barely in range from 4 Stalkers, going to kill this Twilight Council. That's a really poor happenstance there. But here we have a big fight. ToD wants to try and save that. It looks like he's not going to get it, unfortunately. Did he start a DT Shrine or anything? Nope. Down here at the bottom, Zealots working again once again on these probes. And now it's 3 Zealots versus 2. We gonna have any micro going on here? Nope, just gonna fall back. Unfortunately, ToD doesn't even get a single kill there. More Zealots coming now. We have 4 versus 3, and he has charge finish though. That's pretty nice. So he's charge and blink. Zealots versus Stalkers. Probes gonna show up. We're gonna see who's gonna win this fight. It's probably gonna be the probes and the Zealots. More Zealots brought in here, and Alicia's not gonna be able to mine at all with this constant harassment from these Zealots. And Alicia bringing in some more Zealots, but it's not going to be enough. There are too many Zealots here for ToD, and he's just getting so many kills at this point. And Alicia's going to be forced to fall back. We can see on the minimap all those units retreating, and that's going to give ToD a chance to push out from his base and maybe take his expansion. It was kind of be a little bit obvious if he didn't take his natural expansion as soon as he expanded. Because right now, Alicia is still not aware of the expansion over there on the right side of the map. He's aware of that pylon, but nothing else. What is ToD going to do? He's got +2 attack upgrades. Wow, nice upgrades so far this game. Let's check the upgrades for Alicia. Alicia's 0 upgrades, so ToD doing a nice job with those upgrades, spending that money wisely. And let's check the unit counting station here. 13 versus 25. Wow, such a huge Stalker lead for ToD at this point. He can just basically go and attack. He's got charge lots. He's got blink Stalkers. He's got +2 attack, +1 armor. Now I think would be a perfect time for ToD to attack. He has a proxy pylon up here. He's probably going to warp in a bunch of Zealots. And this will be a big fight. And oh wow, does this guy actually see it? No, I thought he was going to see those probes transferring, but I guess he did not. And he's going to see it as soon as that. Yep, he's going to see it right now, and that's going to be bad news for Alicia. He's going to see all these mineral patches that have been mined out a decent amount. That's going to be a big deal. Here we have ToD going to push up. Force field's going to go down. He's going to be forced to blink back, but unfortunately, charge lots don't have blink. They've got charge. Another pylon pushing up here. And now Alicia has to be aware of that expansion. His observer is over there. ToD getting in a position. He wants to hit from both sides. Maybe trying to bait out his opponent. Alicia really can't push through these choke points here. But now ToD's going to go in here. Force field's going to go down the right. Force field's going to go down on the left. And catching a couple Zealots there. But the supply is still favoring ToD. 120 versus 93. This is mining quite a bit over here. Alicia's still mining down here, but not as many. Here we go, ToD once again. More force field's going to go down. Units on the left, units on the right. Stalker's getting quite a bit of damage. Looks like all those sentries up front, losing so many sentries. There's just so many Stalkers for ToD. And more force field's going to go down. He's running low on force fields. He doesn't have enough to force field at all anymore. He's trying to blink as much as possible. Alicia just does not have enough units. ToD with those killer upgrades. ToD at this point blinks right on top of all those Stalkers. We got a huge Stalker hug there, and the GG from Alicia. Slayer's Alicia giving up, and ToD taking this down 2-0. So congratulations to ToD once again with just basically a repeat of last game, going for that nice defense. I think this game worked out even better just because of the formation of the base here. You kind of have a natural concave over here as opposed to the last map where you kind of had that weird side ridge. It didn't work out as well, but ToD definitely knows how to play this style, and Alicia just kind of fell into his hands. It worked out pretty well for him. So I hope you guys enjoyed this set of commentaries from MLG Anaheim. You can check out more of my videos at youtube.com/EonShiKeno. I've got some tutorials and obviously a lot more commentaries. Thanks for listening, and see everybody later.